Hey guys, Ricky Widmer here from Most Valuable Podcast, here to give you our MVP NFL Power Rankings coming into Week 10. And if you're new to the rankings, before we get into it, I'll tell you how it works. Me and Mark come up with our own rankings, put points values to each team depending on where they're ranked. We add those point values together. That gives us the rankings you are about to see. Boom, nice and easy like that. Let's get right into the rankings. Starting from the bottom, number 32 to number 28. Coming in at 32, the Detroit Lions. Then at number 31, the Baltimore Ravens. Tied at number 29, we've got the Cleveland Browns and the San Diego Chargers. And then we've got at number 28, the Jacksonville Jaguars. And these were all kind of teams either had buys or lost. We had the Chargers lose a heartbreaker on Monday Night Football to the Bears. Probably should have won that one. Browns losing on Thursday Night Football, another primetime loss for a team in this bracket. They lose to the Bengals. Jets, they didn't lose in primetime, but they lost to the New York Giants, or not the Giants, the Jets. And then we've got both the Ravens and the Lions coming off of bye. So these teams kind of moving down in the rankings this week. Let's move up to the next five. 25 through 23. Yeah, you notice there's a jump cut because there was an error on my cue sheet here. We've got 25 through 23 because we have a three-way tie in this bracket. The tie for 25, we've got the Tennessee Titans, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Miami Dolphins. At 24, the Washington Redskins, and at 23, the Dallas Cowboys. And these are more teams that lost but won. We've got the Titans that win over the Saints. I'll be honest, I had the Titans higher in my personal rankings than Mark did. I feel like the Saints were a good team coming into this week. Titans, I mean, they got the win. I'm going to credit them with the win. It's not going to be one of those things like, oh, they should have lost. No, I'm going to credit you with the win. That's why I had you guys a little higher. I was hoping you guys would be higher than just 25 on this list. Then we got the Bucks losing to New York. The Dolphins lose to Buffalo. The Redskins lose to the red, white, and blue machine and the Patriots. And the Cowboys lose to the Eagles. These are just teams that are moving on back a little bit in these rankings after losses. The next five, we've got 22 through 18. Coming in at 22, the Chicago Bears. At 21, the Kansas City Chiefs. At 20, the San Francisco 49ers. At 19, the Houston Texans, and the New Orleans Saints at 18. This is one where me and Mark kind of disagreed. The Saints, to me, were lower than the Titans. It's one of those things where the Titans beat you, and I had to knock you guys back, put the Titans just a little bit ahead of you. The Texans coming off of a bye. Bears get, I'm going to say, a lucky win because I don't respect Jay Cutler, and I'm not going to give him credit for any kind of a comeback. And then the Chiefs, just being the Chiefs coming off of a bye, and the 49ers. I left you guys for last. For this week and this week alone, I'm going to give you guys the respect you deserve. You came out under a new quarterback in Yo Gabba Gabba Blaine Gabbert, throwing the football all over the field. Looked good, looked like a team that, hey, maybe we have our heads on our shoulders now, and you beat a good team in the Atlanta Falcons. Good job. You've proven me wrong each and every week now with that one-loss prediction I had. However, your team still blows, so there's that for it. But, hey, there's half a season to go for that. The next group of five, coming in at number 17, we've got the Buffalo Bills. Rex Ryan and his Bills. Don't be confused. Rex Ryan didn't go to Clemson this week. He was just wearing a helmet to support his son. Then we got the Falcons coming in at number 16. The Colts tied with the Seahawks for number 14. And then the Oakland Raiders coming in at number 13. The Raiders, to me, I didn't have them move down at all. I had them stay right there and pat. They moved down one in our rankings after their loss to the Steelers. Seahawks on the bye. I had the Colts. Seahawks come out the bye, but I had the Colts actually 11th in my personal rankings. Mark had them a little bit lower. Mark not giving any respect to the Colts and the bust of Andrew Luck, as he calls it. Then the Falcons, I mean, You lose to the 49ers. I had them really low because, the Niners aren't a good team. So if you lose to them, that's going to kill your kind of ranking here in our power rankings. Then the Bills getting a nice win over the Miami Dolphins this week. Then moving on, number 12, the St. Louis Rams. Number 11, the New York Football Giants. Number 10, the New York Jets. The Philadelphia Eagles coming in at number 9. And at number 8, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers getting a nice win against the Raiders. I am sorry, Raider Nation. I didn't mention this in the last group. I finally picked you for the weekend. Ricky Widmer, kiss of death. I mentioned it in our Pick'ems video. I'm sorry. I should have picked against you so the Raiders would actually win. I learned my lesson from now on. But the Steelers get a nice win. Yeah, they'll be without Big Ben, but hey, they prove that they don't need Big Ben to win these games. The Eagles get a win that they needed against the Cowboys to stay in the race for the NFC least title. Then the Jets getting a win over the Jaguars. And as Todd Bowles said, we got to win. That's it. We got to win. A win is a win kind of a thing. Giants getting the win over the Bucs, and the Rams moving back a couple spots with their loss against the Vikings. And I want to ask you this. This is a kind of question to the viewer now with this group, more so with that team down there, the St. Louis Rams. What did you guys think of the hit by LaMarcus Joyner? Am I Viking bias and thought it was either, you can call it dirty or reckless? Was it a bad hit? I think it was. I think he was throwing that arm into Teddy's head. But like I said, maybe that's my Viking bias. Let me know down below what you guys thought of that hit by Joyner on Teddy Bridgewater. But let's move on. Our last group, this is going to be a group of 4 before we get to our top 3 dogs in the NFL power rankings. Coming in at number 7, the Green Bay Packers. At number 6, my Minnesota Vikings. And tied for number 4, the Denver Broncos and the Arizona Cardinals. And the Cardinals coming off a bye. They'll play the Seattle Seahawks this week. Broncos losing to the Colts. And I had them lower than Mark did. Mark, I want to say, had them at number 4. I had them at number 5, maybe number 6. I had them at 2 last week. But, yeah, they lost to the Colts. Really, it's the Colts. The Colts aren't that good. That's why I had the Broncos drop. I think I had them at 5. I couldn't have them fall out of my top 5. The Packers, they only fall a spot in our rankings. I had them falling a lot more than Mark because they should have won that game against Carolina. They let Carolina come back and hold on for that victory. Vikings getting a nice win over the St. Louis Rams. And then, like I said, the Cardinals with the bye. But that leaves us with our final 3 teams. And we have a tie for number 2. Tied for 2, we got the Carolina Panthers, hashtag claw up Carolina Nation. And then we've got the Cincinnati Bengals. 2 undefeated teams. And then at the top, the 3rd undefeated team, the Red, White, and Blue Machine. Hashtag Red, White, and Blue Machine, the New England Patriots. And the Patriots, I say it each and every week, until they lose, they will be numero uno on these rankings. The Panthers and Bengals kind of now fighting it out for that number 2 after Broncos lost. Now that the Packers have lost 2 games. The Panthers have kind of put in a little bit of a stranglehold on the division and the conference right now. The Bengals would be doing the same if the Patriots weren't being the Patriots this year. However, for the Bengals, the question is, can Andy Dalton win in the playoffs? But that's going to do it for our NFL Power Rankings this week for number 10 here in the NFL season. Let us know down below in the comment section what you guys think of our rankings. Who is ranked too high? Who is ranked too low? Where was your team ranked? And are you happy with that ranking coming into week number 10? You can go ahead and click all the nice links up there. Well, actually, you got to type them into your search bar. The Twitters, the Facebooks, the Patreons. You can click that sub button, though. It would really help. Also, click that like button if you like the video. Thank you guys for checking out this video. Check out all our other stuff here at Most Valuable Podcast. And as always, have a good day, everybody.